Hello there everyone, the Jedi Brick here. Today I'm taking a look at the LEGO Star Wars set 40755 Imperial Dropship versus Rebel Scout Speeder. This set has 383 pieces, retails for $40, and it came out on October 1st of 2024 this year, and it has 7 minifigures, 6 of which are unnamed Battle Pack style minifigures, and then we have the exclusive KT QTKT 25th anniversary figure, which is really cool. We'll take a look at all those figures in just a minute here, but this is a really cool set. I'm gonna go right out ahead and say it like first thing. This is a Lego Store and Lego Store Online exclusive, so you're not going to be able to find this in any stores, which I think is a big mistake on Lego's part. I think there would be a lot more people buying this set if it was available at Target, Walmart, Toys R Us, wherever, but it is exclusive to online and the Lego store in person. I got mine at Disney Springs, which I really wish they didn't do. I think this has potential to be a very well sold set if it was just a bit more accessible. I personally don't shop online for Lego that often, at least not for sets that are retail available. I do a lot of Bricklink stuff, but that's neither here or there. I think this just would have been a lot better if it was available in a lot more places. I think people would be more incentivized to buy more of them if they were readily available. But anyways, the box art looks really cool. You have, of course, the kind of the chrome or the blue anniversary box art here, which I think is really cool. You got R2 down there. You have the Rebel troopers right there, the Stormtroopers. These are the newer type of Stormtroopers. You got the speeder right there. You have the dropship there. It looks like they're on some kind of desert planet, most likely Tatooine. Um, Flipping the box over, you have just another side of the ships here. You have that one from the back, the speeder. You can also see that it can come off as a little turret, which I think is really cool. You have the drop part of the dropship out there. You have them just shooting at each other. You have the play features right there. Very straightforward box art for this set, but let's take a look at the minifigures. So we'll start off with the Rebel Troopers, and for the most part, they are all completely the same except for the heads and the hands on one of them. The legs and the torso are completely all the same. It's the same version that we got in the Boarding the Tantive set earlier this year. This is actually the same minifigure from that set as well. It's the same face and everything. It's the exact same figure. This one here on the left is not technically exclusive to the set. The face is a reuse of the Captain Antilles head from that set as well, the Boarding the Tantive. So that's interesting that they went with a reuse of that head. I kind of wish they would have given us one more exclusive head for the set. I think that would have been really nice, but I guess I can see why they didn't want to do that. Saves a bit of money, and you reuse that head. But the one in the middle here being my favorite minifigure in the set, with the exception of the droid. She has a brand new face print, and I think that looks really good. It's nice to get, another unique face print for the Rebel Trooper. So if you are army building these, you have a bit of variety when it comes to the characters. So they don't all look exactly the same. Flipping these around, you can see the helmets are nothing new. These are the same type of helmets we've been getting for the Rebel Troopers for a long time now. But if I take off all three of the helmets, you can see their alternate faces, and they all look so good. We have an angry one right here, another angry one, and a scared one here from when Captain Antilles is being choked out by Darth Vader, because that is the same head, so that's what the expression was originally used for. But I think these are all really good looking minifigures. The next three figures we have here are the Stormtroopers. These are the newer designs for the Stormtrooper. We've seen them in a few places so far, like the mech and the Boarding the Tantive as well. There's nothing really to talk about that stands out here with the minifigures. These are all just kind of reprints of them. I do hate these helmets. I think I've expressed that opinion quite frequently here on this channel, how I wish they would go back to that, like the 2016 Stormtrooper design. That's my favorite Stormtrooper design. I love that helmet that they were using for, like, ever since the beginning of Lego Star Wars. I hate this one, the dual molded with that, like, ugly chin drop. I wish they would go back and just make them how they used to. But the printing for the torso and the legs is really nice. I think this is a great design we have here for them. I just wish they would have changed out the helmets. I don't know how I feel about the white hips just yet. I think I prefer the black hips, to be honest with you guys. I think they just look a bit better, but the printing on the torsos looks amazing. If I take off the heads, you can see we just have a few generic looking heads underneath. I don't think any of them are new to the set. You're not going to get any alternate faces either, but I do like how they're giving the stormtroopers unique head prints underneath the helmet. I think that's kind of cool. Just, to get a little something different than the angry clone face we've been getting for years now. That's what we used to get underneath the helmets for a long time, just the same standard face. But it's cool that they're kind of giving each stormtrooper a bit of different personalities or something. The last minifigure, if you want to call her that, is QTKT. This is a really cool looking minifigure. I believe this is also the final 25th anniversary minifigure. I'm not sure, but it was one of the last ones to be revealed, and I think this is a really good one. This is a brand new minifigure. We've never gotten a KT in Lego form before, and I think she looks fantastic. I love the pink. I love the detail on the front of the torso or the body of her. She looks amazing. But one complaint I have with this minifigure is they did not give her any back printing. We've been getting back printing for droids like R2 and Chopper for a couple years now. I think it's been since like 2021, 2022. So for them to not give KT back printing for a 25th anniversary set, the only time we're most likely ever going to get this minifigure, is really sad to me. I think she really could have benefited from it. I think it would have looked really, really good. They did such a great job with every other 25th anniversary minifigure, and for them to just kind of slack off, in my opinion, and not give her back printing, I think that's really bad. I really wish they would have given her some. I think she would have benefited a lot from it. But, anyways, the top of the head looks nice. I love the yellow, like the caution type of tape or whatever on the top there. I think that looks really cool, really stands out. Um, you also have a little bit of white on the torso. I think that looks really good. You have the standard 25th anniversary of Lego Star Wars plaque there. Nothing new. It doesn't say the name of the figure or anything, but I think she does look really cool. And it's kind of a shame this is the only time we're ever going to get this minifigure, more than likely, because I think she really needs that back printing. And now moving on to the builds of the set, we have the Dropship and the Rebel Scout Speeder. One thing I do want to point out, just 'cause I think it's interesting before we get into the builds, you do get two sets of instructions in this set. So, you could have a friend working on the Dropship right here, and then you could have someone else working on the Scout Speeder. So I think that's cool when they do stuff like that, where you can have more than one person working on a set at once. I think that's really cool, especially when it comes to sets that have more than one build. I think that's really cool, and I love it when they do that. So I just figured I would point that out before we start. But let's take a look at the dropship first. So this is our third rendition of the Imperial dropship in Lego. I'm not too sure what this is actually based off of, if anything really. It might be based off like a old video game or just a concept that Lego had. The second time we got this was in 2019 for the 20th anniversary of Lego Star Wars. I think that is my favorite design. I think it's great. Actually, I might do a comparison review with just this build and that one, because I think that one is my favorite. This one just really looks kind of messy and like clunky in the back. I love this whole cockpit area. It looks very sleek and just well finished, but back here it just looks so, I don't know, it just looks really messy and just kind of chaotic. I would have expected something like that from the Rebel side, because, they're kind of like just putting scraps together and like to whatever they have and stuff, but the Imperial ships are all supposed to be very sleek and agile looking, like menacing. This just does not give that to me. I think it might be also because of the brown. I think the brown is a really ugly color choice for this. I don't think either of the other two used any brown, and it really stands out, and I think that makes it worse. I like the design with the dark blue, the dark gray, and the black. I think those all blend really well together, but just throwing those brown bricks on there for really no reason looks really ugly to me. Um, but for the play features for this build, of course, you can open up the cockpit. You have a little control panel right there. You can just slide a stormtrooper in there. I wish they would have given you a shadow trooper like the past two drop ships. maybe just take out one of the stormtroopers so you can have one of them because they usually pilot it, at least in the box art. So that's kind of interesting. They didn't add one, but you can take the other two. I'll just use one for now. You can fit them in the back here, right here. Try not to get hit by the engine, but they just sit right in there. There's another spot right there for one more stormtrooper. You can fly it around. You can also attach it or detach it like that. Kind of like lands right there. Can fly off, So that's really cool. I like that play feature quite a bit. That's kind of the primary um, purpose of a ship like this, the dropship. So that's really cool. You have these little slots in there where the rest of the structure would just slide in and connect right there. So that is really cool. You can also move the engines a little bit. Not as much when there's a figure sitting back there, but I think that's really cool as well, how you can like pretend it's lifting off now and then it's like flight position, stuff like that. So I think there's a really good opportunity there for play. So I like that quite a bit. You also do have some fins on the sides right here that you can kind of move around. I liked the ones on the 2019 one a bit more because they were bigger and they kind of acted, I guess, more as wings. I think that made it look really cool. You also do have two stud shooters right here at the front with some green studs in there. We all know how those work. You just push down on that and the studs will shoot off. So overall, this is a pretty okay build. I definitely prefer the older one a lot more. It's just, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments. If I'm the only one that thinks that way, like it just looks so clunky. Like there's so many exposed studs. Like it looks like it's half built. I don't know. Or it kind of looks like an alternative build for another set. Like you couldn't use all the pieces that you really wanted to, so you had to make do with what you had and stuff. I don't know. I think the Rebel Speeder is a lot better, so let's take a look at that right now. So here is the Rebel Speeder, and this looks amazing. I love the build for this so much. It looks so sleek and agile, everything that the dropship should be. It has these really nice curves to the front. It just looks amazing. I love the color usage here. It uses primarily that light bluish gray and dark red and a little bit of dark tan mixed in there. I think the color palette for this one is so good. It's just blends in so much better. And I believe this is the second time we've been seeing this version of the Rebel Scout Speeder in Lego. The first one was back in, I think, 2005, maybe? I'm not too sure when that first one came out, but it's been a while since we've seen something like this in Lego, and they really improved on the design. It looks amazing. Like, I love the slopes here and everything. You got some stickers right there. You have the Rebel insignia right there as well. Some more stickers on that side. This set does a pretty good job with the stickers. It uses them really where they're only needed. I didn't even mention this with the dropship, but you have just the Imperial insignia right there. You have it right there and on the other side. So I think that's really cool how they kind of were very conservative, I guess, with the stickers. But on the inside here, you guys can see you have two places for minifigures. So I'll just take two of them, or I'll just take the one so you guys can kind of see that right there. You can have one kind of at the controls, but interesting when they're sitting down, their legs completely cover that control panel that's right there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but that gray piece right there is the controls, and just kind of cover it with their legs. I'm not sure what they were thinking with that, but kind of interesting. I actually just noticed that. You have some really nice slopes on the sides just to kind of get a nice shape going through. Like I said, you could fit another minifigure right there on that dark red spot right there. And you also have this giant turret at the back, which you guys could see it keeps moving around and everything. I think that's really cool. You have some stud shooters on either side there with translucent red pieces in there. You've got a control panel there at the top for the gunner. You just fit one right in there connected with two studs. It can move around, and the actual turret cannon part itself can move around too. That can go up, all the way up, and then down. Kind of gets stuck around here. But you also have to be careful when you're moving it around because it's going to get stuck on the speeder parts. So that's something to be mindful of. You can also take off this whole top structure as well if you just wanted them to drive around. It kind of looks like an air speeder now, kind of like the Coruscant ones. But anyway, so you can just kind of have that resting right there on the ground. So it could be like a little ground defense turret as well. You have some grill pieces here to kind of represent a ladder. Also is kind of go right through it on on the bottom, kind of like a fin or something with the speeder, so that's pretty cool. Underneath there in the speeder, you do have a little bit of space there. You can just barely fit a few blasters in there. They don't connect in there that well. It just kind of connects here with those studs on the top. So you guys can see in there the blasters just resting in there, but it's not really what I think it's for. But you have that option of storing blasters in there. Let me just stick that back on there. So it is a cool little speeder. I think this is a great interpretation of that classic speeder from the Battlefront games. So I really like this one quite a bit. So here's everything that you get in this set. And to remind you guys of the price, this does cost $40 here in the United States. That's not factoring in, shipping stuff and stuff from Lego.com. But to put that in perspective, battle packs now that aren't on sale or anything that are brand new cost $20 each. So that means you could get two 501st battle packs or whatever, two of the Mandalorian battle packs that just came out, or you could get one of these. I think in terms of your money, you are getting quite a bit. I love the figures. It's been a while since we've gotten an Imperial and a Rebel battle pack at all. I think the last time we actually got an Imperial battle pack was with the 2019 Dropship. So that's pretty interesting that we haven't gotten one since then. You are getting great minifigures. Of course, you're getting a duplicate of the KT droid every single time. But if you wanted to sell that after every time you got one, you get a little bit of that money back. But I think the builds for this are really worth it. I think you wouldn't even get this quality of a build in a normal battle pack anymore. I think you would have gotten kind of a crappy version of this speeder, a lot smaller, not as well built and everything. It would be just not as good. Um, Same thing with the dropship too. I don't think you would have gotten something like that. I think if they were to just take, you know, all of this away, you just had it be a rebel like battle pack, if you could even call it that. They would price that at $30. I think the same thing would also go for the dropship. I think for $40 here, you're getting a lot for your money. I think even if you don't really want the builds, I think the parts that come with it are really good. You could use that for mocks and stuff, like build a rebel or stormtrooper base or whatever. So I think for $40, this is a really good set, and it kind of makes me sad that I think a lot of people are going to be missing out on this because it's not available in stores. You know, there's a bit more of exclusivity when it comes to a set like this. Not every kid's going to be able to order stuff online, Um, they can't just go into a store and say, "Hey, I want that one." There's a bit more to it, I suppose, which again is unfortunate for a set like this because even though it doesn't say battle pack, I think they were really going for the battle pack feel. That's what this was based off to begin with, anyways. So it's I feel like they could have sold this in stores and they would have sold a lot more. I would have gotten my copy sooner. I was just waiting to go to the Lego store to get mine so I didn't have to wait for it to ship and everything. So, that's why this review took so long. But that's my main grievance with this set. My other one is no back printing for the droid. I think that's upsetting. It's not like it's still a relatively new thing. R2 has gotten back printing in a $30 set at this point. So it's not like it's that coveted of a thing anymore. And also just the overall build with the dropship. But overall, I think this is a really good set. I'm gonna give this one probably a 7.5 out of 10. I love the figures. I think it's really cool. I might probably buy another one at some point. Just depends on where I'm at. But this is a really cool set, and if you don't have it yet, I would recommend picking it up. Original Trilogy fans, go out and get it. Who knows when we're getting another Stormtrooper or Rebel Battle Pack. I think this is a really good one, and I would hate for you guys to miss out on it. But that's all I have to say about this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think about these sets, or this set, in the comments down below if you guys are planning to pick it up, or you already have. But with all that, hope you guys are having a great day. Subscribe if you're new here, and I'll see you guys next time.